Who was Moses commanded to number among the people of Israel? This is the question that we seek to answer today as we begin our verse-by-verse study of the book of Numbers on Walking Through the Bible. If you have a Bible with you, turn to Numbers chapter 1. We're going to be reading from verses 1 to 16. If you don't have a Bible, don't worry. Just follow along with us on the screen. The version that we'll be reading from is the New King James Version. So, Numbers chapter 1, beginning at verse 1. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of meeting, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, every male individually, from 20 years old and above, all who are able to go to war in Israel. You and Aaron shall number them by their armies, and with you there shall be a man from every tribe, each one the head of his father's house. These are the names of the men who will stand with you, from Reuben, Elizur, the son of Shedeur. From Simeon, Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. From Judah, Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. From Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon. From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Ammiad. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. From Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagiel, the son of Ochran. From Gad, Elisaphath, the son of Duel. From Naphtali, Ahira, the son of Enan. These were chosen from the congregation, leaders of their fathers' tribes, heads of the divisions of Israel. This is our first lesson discussing the text of the book of Numbers. In our introduction, we noted that the book is named Numbers in English primarily because it contains the first two censuses of Israel. But let's not think that this entire book just contains a list of names, for it does pick up with the history of the children of Israel and follows them from Sinai, where we left them in Exodus and Leviticus, all the way through the 40 years of wilderness wandering. However, during the first 4 chapters, we're going to see a bunch of names and numbers, most of which you will not remember too long after we study them. With this being said, these 4 chapters are included in the scriptures by God for a reason. And so let's learn what we can from what is written. Numbers 1:1 tells us that the setting is still Mount Sinai. Taking a look at our map on the screen now, you'll see the Exodus route from Goshen all the way down to what we call the Sinai Peninsula today. However, if we follow the descriptions found in Exodus, the Red Sea crossing was at the Gulf of Aqaba, not the Gulf of Suez. That would place Mount Sinai in present-day Saudi Arabia, not in present-day Egypt. As we follow Israel in the book of Numbers, this conclusion will begin making even more sense. The time is the first day of the second month, in the second year after Israel had exited Egypt. This would tell us that the second Passover had already taken place, an event that will actually be recounted to us in Numbers 9. It is on the first day of the second month, then, that Moses was told to take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to all the number of names, every male individually, from 20 years old and above, all who are able to go out to war. We learn a couple of things from this. First, women and children were excluded from the census, meaning Israel's total population numbers were actually greater than what is reported to us. The second thing we learn is that this was an actual census by name, not merely a counting. If you ever wonder why Israel had such good records of their family trees, where we today do not, censuses like these are a part of the reason why. Which tribe you were from was important in Israel, and which family in your tribe you were from was important, for certain roles or duties in Israel might be tied to your tribe and family. If you recall back to our study of Genesis, when Jacob, along with his family, came to Egypt in Genesis 46:27, they were 70 in number. Over a period of over 400 years, those numbers have swelled. How is that possible? Well, Exodus 1 verse 7 said, But the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, multiplied and grew exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. When the children of Israel left Egypt, Exodus 12:37 said, And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides children. That number is going to match closely with what we see here in Numbers 1. By numbering Israel by tribe and family, it shows that the census was organized and meticulous, not done hastily and haphazardly. From each tribe, Moses would select leaders from their fathers' houses, which would assist Moses and Aaron in the census. Notice the tribes who were listed. The tribe of Levi is left out, for the priestly tribe would be numbered separately. This, of course, makes sense because this numbering was of men of war, and the priests would not be part of an army. Also notice that Joseph's tribes had two representatives, the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, following the blessing that Jacob bestowed upon those two men in Genesis 48. Now, among this list of names, besides the names of the 12 patriarchs themselves, there are not many names we recognize, although there are two names that we should. Did you catch them? If not, that's okay, but it's again why we study these names. The man selected from Judah was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. Back in Matthew 1, verse 4, we read, Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begot Nahshon. That means that this Nahshon was in the lineage of Jesus. Another thing we know about this man was found in Exodus 6:23, which says, Aaron took to himself Elisheba, daughter of Amminadab, sister of Nahshon, as a wife. So not only is Nahshon in the lineage of Jesus, he's also the brother-in-law to Aaron the high priest, making his children and Aaron's children first cousins. All of that from a list of names that people tend to skip over. With that, our time is up for today. The Lord willing, we hope you'll join us for tomorrow's discussion of Numbers 1, verses 17 to 27, as we continue our walk through the Bible, one verse at a time. Thank you for watching today's episode. We hope that you found it edifying and ask that you not only subscribe to our channel and podcast, but that you like and share this episode among your friends, so that the saving gospel of Jesus Christ can go out to the whole world.